With Microsoft 365 Copilot, creating content to communicate in new ways is easier than ever. So in this video, I wanted to cover 3 ways that you can create video using Clipchamp and Microsoft 365 Copilot. So without further ado, let's dive right into it. Okay, the first of the 3 places where we can create video with Clipchamp and Copilot is right from the Office website. So if we go to m365.cloud.microsoft, we land at the new landing page for the Copilot web application. And if you haven't pinned applications across the side here, then you'll find Clipchamp under the apps area right here on the left-hand side. So if we click into apps, we can click all applications right here from the menu, and then we would find all of our applications in alphabetical order. So if we go right here to the C's, there's Clipchamp. And if you open up Clipchamp, you'll want to create a new video project right here at the top. And once that opens up, we're brought to the Clipchamp project landing page for a brand new project. And we can start by recording video, we can upload content, things like that. But we are going to create a video with Copilot right here at the bottom. And this is in preview right now, but it's available for your use publicly. So in the prompt down here, I'm just going to say an explainer video about generative AI agents. And we're going to go ahead and click the up arrow right here to send that prompt and start creating that video. And what's happening in the background, you can actually see step by step that it writes a script for the video about the topic that you described, and then it takes that transcript and it uses text to speech to create a video out of it. So that's my talk track. Then it will go out and it will look for video that is from the stock video library for Microsoft Clipchamp. This is included with your Microsoft 365 license. And Copilot is essentially just assembling those components, those video clips from the stock assets into a video project for you. And then also it's adding a nice pleasing background music to the underneath everything in the video. So what we can do, we can go ahead and click this and we can see all of the elements that it added. It created a 1 minute and 25 second video for me. And it's got a talk track right here that if I click on those that text right there, I can change this to say anything else I want to. So if it's not quite right, I can always edit that. And then I can click save to change what the AI voice says. I can change the voice type if I want to. I can select from a pretty big list of voices if I want to have a little bit different format. And I can click through all of these and you can see that it goes back and forth. So we've got Brian multilingual and then we got Emma. So there's a 2-person, almost like a podcast happening right here. And then I can also see the video footage that it chose to create. If I scroll through the timeline here, then I can see the video footage that it found for me. I could replace that if I want to. I could also replace any of these annotations. It added text titles over as well. So why don't we go ahead and play this video and just see how it sounds and what it came up with.
Generative AI agents are revolutionizing the way we interact with technology, creating opportunities that were once thought impossible. Let's dive into this exciting world.
Generative AI agents can create original content, from art and music to text and designs. They learn from vast amounts of data, enabling them to produce unique outputs that inspire creativity and innovation.
The application.
So as you could see and hear from that video, we got 2 AI voices talking back and forth using a script that was generated by Copilot with music underneath all of that and video clips on top and titles on top of that. So we've got a layered project. I could then take that project and I could export that as well. I can also regenerate the video if I wanted to. Like, I don't really like this, just start over from scratch. I can also click the adjustments right here, and I can make it more confident, more fun. I can kind of change the tone, if you will, and then I can regenerate that. Like, oh, I want it to be more inspirational. Then I could click regenerate. So if the tone's not quite right, we can also adjust that, and we can make any changes just with natural language as well. So that's the first way that we can create a video with Clipchamp in the Microsoft Copilot web application. The second way that I want to show you is using the visual creator agent inside of the chat experience right here. So in chat, when you have access to agents and the agent builder, you'll have this area right here for all agents. This is essentially the new agent store where you can go in and you can find all of the agents built by Microsoft. One of those agents is Visual Creator right here. And I've already installed this along the side, but Visual Creator can create images and it can create videos as well. So I'm just going to select one of these video prompts right here from the list. And this is a video on why security is a top priority for digital organizations. And then I can click on that to go. And then it's going to stitch together the same way. It's going to write a script. It's going to do text to speech for that script. Then it's going to assemble video clips together, annotations that make sense, background music underneath the whole thing, and it will generate it as a video clip with a project associated with it. So if you've used Visual Creator before, you'll see that there's a slight upgrade here. When I was using this back in the preview days, it would just create a project file and you had to open up the project to watch it. Now with the latest iteration of this, you can watch the video right inside of chat and you don't have to open up a new page. So let's play a short clip from that video. So you can kind of get a sense of what that video is about, what it looks like. But then if we want to make tweaks to it, we can click open right here in the top corner. So if we click that, it's going to open up a new tab in my browser to that assembled video project. And if I shrink that down, now you can see all of the video clips that it's adding. And then there is, again, if I go to text to speech, there is the spoken part of the video. That's from Andrew. This is Ava. So again, it's a male and a female going back and forth. I could make them all the same voice if I want, or I can kind of leave that conversational tone by having two people go back and forth. So that's the second way that we're able to create a video with Clipchamp and Copilot. The third way is my new favorite app in Copilot, which is the Create app. So if you go to, again, the Microsoft Copilot web application, it's m365.cloud.microsoft.com, or not .com, m365.cloud.microsoft. That is the new homepage for Copilot experience. Then we're going to go on the side over here to Create. If we open up the Create app, this is where you can create all kinds of images, posters, forms, all kinds of different things. But you'll see at the top, you can create a video as well. So if we select that from the tab at the top, we've got some video prompts, some kind of starter prompts right here. You'll also see that we can create videos from presentations. So we can bring forth PowerPoint presentations and start from a file to kind of create a talk track over the file. I'm going to do both ways. So first, we've got this one right here, which is create a video on how to integrate diversity inclusion in the workplace. It should feel empathetic and supportive. If I click on that, then it's going to bring up the description. It's going to have the kind of fill in the blank. Create a video on how to, I'll keep that, with the video should feel empathetic and supportive, or, be fun and engaging, right? So I can do that. I can add a PowerPoint file if I want to reference some content, but I'm just going to click create. And again, same type of thing. It's going to look through my prompt. It's going to create a script. It's going to assemble the video clips from the stock image library, and then it's going to give me a project file to work with. So right now we can see that it's collecting footage, then it's applying the touches, and there we go. We've got a 56 second video, and we'll play that real quickly here.
Diversity and inclusion in the workplace are not just buzzwords. They are essential ingredients for a happy and productive work environment. Imagine a place where every voice is heard, about a diversity day, where everyone shares something unique.
So you can kind of see how, it changed clips and it's got different, headers and things like that. Now, I could go in and I could adjust this by clicking edit in Clipchamp like we've just seen a couple times already. So I could get in there, I could do all the project stuff, or I could do a more conversational adjustment using the Create app and the chat interface. So I could change the style and tone. I could say like be more reflective or vibrant and upbeat. I could select different voices. Do I want a male or a female voice or just a neutral voice? I could also change the background music or have no background music. And then it creates a version history as well. So if I create I want a masculine voice, create a new draft, it's going to start over. It's going to create that with that different voice. And then you can see here that I have a version history. So I can always go back to older versions if I want to. So let's play this real quick.
Diversity and inclusion in the workplace are not.
So it immediately changed it to that male sounding voice. If I want to go back, I can click version 1, hit play.
Diversity and inclusion.
And it's back to that female sounding voice. So you've kind of got, some options here. You can share directly by just sharing this or copying a link, or again, you can edit it in Clipchamp, export it as a video, and then do whatever you need to with that as well. Now, one important thing when you're creating videos with Copilot, it's going to store that video in your OneDrive in a Clipchamp folder. So if you want to go into that folder, you can just click this link right here, and that's going to open up that location. And there's all of the projects that I've just created in this example here. So I've got diversity inclusion fun. That's the one that we just did. Before that was one about agents. You can see a couple like giraffe ones. I was trying to actually generate video, and it doesn't create video using something like a Sora or something like that. It can't create video that didn't exist before. Instead, it's basically assembling video on a timeline from the stock footage library for you with relevant clips. But there's that securing the digital frontier. That's that second video that I created. So if I click on all three of these, there's the 3 videos that we've created today right here. Actually, I think the other one was video project 2. Sorry about that. This one's from 6 days ago. This one's from 12 minutes ago. So you probably want to sort it by modified date. And then there is the 3 videos that we created today. So that's the location. Now, let's go in real quick before I talk about just like a couple pieces of advice, and let's look at creating from a PowerPoint slide deck. So I've got a few slide decks right here from like my presentation that I gave about agents at CommsV Next in Denver a couple weeks ago. Let's go ahead and select that presentation. And it goes ahead and it preloads that into the little file area. And then we're going to hit create right there. So if you wanted to browse your computer or browse OneDrive, you would just click add a file in your prompt, and then you'd be able to just go browse for the file. But it also shows your most recent files. Oh, I had a tag on that. I had a label on it. Let's try it from this one about tornado procedures, and we'll hit create here. So it's analyzing the prompt, it's looking through the content and writing a script, adding the text to speech, assembling some video clips, adding background music, adding annotations, doing all of that for me. And then it's going to give me a video here at the end, which is, it's going to be a bit longer and more detailed. And instead of collecting all stock footage. It's going to use the slides from that slide deck in order to basically do a talk track over that presentation. And essentially, it's going to present the slide deck for me in a video format. So let's let this go ahead and finish. And now we've got a video. You can see it's longer, right? It's 5 minutes and 27 seconds. That's because this is a longer slide deck. It has more slides in it. I did one from a workshop I did a while ago. It generated a 12-minute video because it uses the entirety of that particular slide deck. Now, something I don't know is I don't know how big of a slide deck you're able to do. I did upload a pretty significant, it had dozens of slides in it, and that's where I got that 12-minute video. But you know, your mileage may vary from what you're looking at as far as like hundreds of slides or like a multi-gig video slide deck. It's, you know, you may not be able to do everything here. So we can see if I shrink this down, there is slide by slide. It's got all of the slides as the main content. And these slides, they were 4x3, so that's why it's like a square format. But you can also see there's the talk track. If I click text to speech over here on the side, there's that, you know, hey, in this presentation, we're going to begin with an overview. So I can present my slide deck without presenting with my voice and get it recorded. Now, you can always, you know, if this isn't what you would have said on the slide, you can just change it, right? You can have it flow the way you would have presented it, but you don't have to put yourself on video. You don't have to record your own voice. You can let, you know, Emma, in this case, do the talking. So let's see what that sounds like real quick here.
We will begin with an overview of tornadoes, including their characteristics and how they form. Next, we will discuss the various tornado warning.
So that again gives you a sense of, you know, it's essentially presenting your presentation for you. So that is a look at the 3 different places we can create videos. Create app is kind of a bonus because you could do it with a prompt or you could do it with a PowerPoint slide deck as well. Now, some of the best practices that I've kind of captured in creating this video is remember your ingredients for good prompts. So prompt engineering kind of still comes into play here, whether you're using Visual Creator or you're asking for a video inside of your project. You want to have certain elements or ingredients within your prompt. If you go to copilot.cloud.microsoft and then /prompts, that will bring you to what they call the prompt gallery, the Microsoft Copilot prompt gallery. And there's a great kind of art of prompting section right here on the homepage. And we want to remember this element, which is the right ingredients for the best prompts. And we want to remember the goal, right? What's the goal? We want to create a video. Do you want it to be a long video, an explainer video? What type of video do you want and what kind of mood do you want? What's the context? Why do you need it? I'm creating it for an announcement about our new store opening. I'm creating a video as an executive welcome to new hires in the company, something like that. Where's the source? Do you have a PowerPoint presentation or something that you want to use for the content that will inspire that video? And then what are the expectations, right? I want it to have a friendly tone. I want it to be very serious because it's safety training or something like that. So remember those prompt ingredients and try to think through those while you're writing your video prompt or if you're making adjustments to your video. The next top tip that I have is to understand what type of videos are best for this type of creation. They're really good for explainer videos or a message that you want to get across, like I want to welcome people or I want to give an update from the past month and here's like the details of what I would present. Explain a concept or something like that that it can handle, like explain how this works or explain, the concept of prompt engineering or AI agents, something like that, where it's about a topic. What it's not good for that I've found is it's not going to be good for like how-to videos. So I wouldn't create a video with Clipchamp and Copilot, where I'm asking like, create an explainer video for how to share a file in OneDrive, because that's a show and tell, right? I would want to record myself going and clicking through the buttons and then explain what steps that you do. So if you're making tutorials or a how-to type of like step-by-step videos, it's not really good for that. It's more about like explaining kind of a high-level topic. The next tip that I have is to use the brand kit capability within Clipchamp. Now, if I go into my video projects right here, I've created a brand kit already for my day job, just kind of testing things out and seeing how it works. But down here at the bottom is brand kits, and you can create a brand new brand kit where you can import from a specific location, or you can just create a new one. So I could create a new file called Jolly Roger Java, and I can create that brand kit. Okay, so with this new brand kit, I'm able to add logos for my organization. So if I go into my downloads, I've got some of these logos for Jolly Roger Java. I can add the color scheme for my organization by adding in a color palette. You can go through and you can add all of these different elements. Once you've created a brand kit, you will have to go into the project that is created with Clipchamp, and then you'll just apply that brand kit by clicking on it, and then it will apply those fonts and those colors and things like that. So set up a brand kit, and then you can get better consistency across your videos that you create with Copilot. The last top tip that I have is using Copilot Chat as like your thought partner, right? Use it to help you write a better prompt for Copilot, for Clipchamp, and include all of the elements. So if I wanted to go in here and say, I want to create a video about AI agents, help me with a good prompt for Clipchamp that include the goal, the expectations, we have the context, the style, context and style for my video. So I can go through there and I can say like, all right, I need some stuff. So here's the goal, here's the expectations that I have. And I can go back and forth with Copilot and kind of create basically an outline. And then I can take this entire outline right here, and then I can either draft a script or I can just drop that right inside the project. So again, if we go back to this project, I can now paste in that entire outline right there. So see, I've got the style, the expectations, and then now if I submit that, it will use like more context and it will have a bit more meat to my video. So use Copilot Chat as a thought partner to help you develop the idea for your video, and then take that, that resulting outline, go send that to Clipchamp, and you'll probably have a much better, higher quality result. So see here, now my video this time is 2 minutes and 22 seconds long, where when I asked for just a video about agents and I didn't have any context in it, it only made like a 1 minute and 10-second video or something like that. So it's a little bit longer. If we go into the text-to-speech, there's more relevant type of examples and information in this particular video. So that's my last tip. And that's it. 3 easy ways to create videos with Copilot and Clipchamp. Whether you're starting out from scratch, working from a script, or remixing existing content, you've now got some new tools to bring your ideas to life. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and let me know in the comments how you plan to use Copilot to create your videos. I'll see you in the next one.